Hello, my dear friends. How are you today? This is Tamir from the piano channel, and today, after I have a friend here from my channel, he is one of my viewers, and we got to be friends. This is one of the advantage of this channel for me because I'm getting to meet a professional. And semi-professional pianists that contact me, and we talked about the pianos. He has a Kawai MP7 SE. He bought it after I recommended it, he used to have ES110. Now bought also the ES8. So we talked about the pianos because usually I have two pianos all the time, one here and one on another studio. And if you know me, I'm a Kawai guy. Okay, so after trying almost all the pianos, all the brands, I get to the conclusion that the Kawai is the best. This is my personal opinion. But let's talk before we get to the Kawai. Let's start with the Roland. As you know, my reviews on the Roland. I used to have the RD800 on Roland and the BK9. It's a Ranger keyboard, the top of the line arranging keyboard. And then I got the RD800. I love the RD800, but after I got the Kawai, I could not go back to Roland. I thought that Roland is in another level than Kawai. But afterwards, I discovered that all the other companies, in fact, are the level of Roland, and to my opinion, under the level of Kawai. Anyway, at Roland, there are two engine samples. The RD800 was the last flagship stage piano from Roland with the supernatural sampling pianos. And the pianos was nice, but because they sampled their V piano, so it was not a real piano anyway, even though it was sampled. So some of the pianos, let's say, some of them were real pianos. But anyway, it was a nice pair, the Kawai MP7 SE and MP7 even. So lately, because I already got back, and me as a journey, so at Roland, to my opinion, there are two engines today. The supernatural engine with sampling pianos, and you've got it on the FP30X and the FP60X and the RD88 and the new Phantom O. Okay, this is the pianos that you've got, the sampled pianos from Roland, not the modeled pianos. And on the FP90 and 90X and the Phantom and the RD2000, the flagship Phantom and the RD2000, they've got also the sampling, but they've got their main piano is the modeling piano. So me personally, I don't like the modeling piano of Roland. They are nice, but they are not on the level. Any modeling piano are not on the level, to my opinion, of a sampled piano. But Roland is on the downside on their modeling pianos, versus I'm saying like Numa X pianos and let's say Piano Tech and things like that. Roland is good. You know what is good? I don't like modeling piano. So in Roland, I would go to the sampling, like the RD88, the FP60 or the FP30X, and the new Phantom O series. All of them got the sampling pianos, and I think that they are gorgeous. I love the sound of the pianos on the FP30X and the RD88. I already made a video, so my recommendation about this is, in fact, the FP30X, and I will explain why. The FP30X is the best Roland to buy today. Because at Roland, this was also at my RD800 and also at the RD2000, and I saw it also on the RD800 and also at the cloud. At Roland, they are recycling sounds for generations, okay? They are not sampling new sound. They are recycling old sound over and over again. They are repackaging the same sounds. So at Roland, there are good sounds, but it's only the supernatural sounds are good at Roland, and the sampling supernatural, not the modeling, the sampling. It's all the sounds except the piano, the modeling piano, the new ones at Roland. And the supernatural sound is about 20% of Roland sounds. All the 80% is PCM, regular sounds, and this is very, very low-tech sounds. It's like, the 90s and the 80s sounds. This is the level. So at Roland, you are getting 600 sound, 3,000 sound on the RD3000s, but RD88, and they've got many, many sounds, but most of them are low-level quality. I'm talking about the stage piano. So usually you are playing 5-6 pianos that you like, and that's it, maybe. And at Roland, all of the pianos have the very similar character because it sounds like it's the same piano. All the pianos, it's the same sample piano, but on the FP30X, there are samples of upright and mellow upright and the regular, and it's very nice sound, and there are several pianos there. I think there are 3 pianos there, concert pianos. And the samples reminded me the RD800, and they are pretty good. And on the RD88, you are getting the pitch bend and the mod wheel, but many more sounds. Most of them are not usable. And on the on the FP30X, you are getting the 50 best sounds, the 50 supernatural sounds. So anyway, the best sound you can get from Roland, you will get on the FP30X, okay? You're just not getting all the junk, the 500 recycled sounds from 10 years ago. You are just getting the good sounds on the FP30X. And this is the best pianos to the beginners from the level of you are getting an audio interface. So if you are taking this to a studio and want to use the speakers as your monitors, because you are getting, at the FP30X, you are getting 3 things in one. You are getting good key action, a little bit sluggish, but very good, feeling very fine. You are getting pretty good sounds, all the 50 sounds, the original sounds, not the general MIDI, the original sounds of the FP30X are top notch, not like the Casio. Casio, only the piano is top notch. The other sound is 7/8. Okay, on the Roland, all the sound are top notch. The pianos are the less, but the sampled pianos of the FP30X are good. So you're also getting the low budget piano, and to my opinion, the most spec piano. You don't have a microphone input, and this is the 60X got it, but many other sounds that you don't need, and I do not like the speakers on the 60X. They don't sound good, the speakers on the 60X. And the 30X, the speakers are good, They are 11 watts each side, and you've got audio interface, so it means you can work with the computer and you don't need sound card. And you can play on it sounds of VST pianos. The only piano of the list that I'm going, no, there is another one, but this is a gigging ready piano because it's weight only 15 kilos. Okay, so it's not very hefty, and it's durable and it's built good, and the key action is durable, so it does not will malfunction soon. Let's say the PHA4. So you are getting a good action, the best speakers at its range, and a good sound, a sample sound of pianos, and the 50 of the best of Roland sounds together. So it will be the best if it will have a pitch bended mod wheel, but this is you have to get the RD88, and the RD88 it's almost twice the price. So, and it does not give you twice of the advantages on the FP30X because the basic piano sounds are almost the same, I think, or the same samples. So if you are a pianist and you are not, on the other sounds and the gimmicks of the 3000 sounds that most of them you won't use anyway, I think that the FP30X is a better buy than the FP60X and the RD88. Even though the FP60X and the RD88, I maybe would go with the 60X because of the bigger speakers, and both of them have microphone inputs, and this is an advantage. So there is an input to your sound card, let's say, sort of. So it's an advantage. But anyway, if you just want to play the piano, because if you want to play with the singing, so bring a decent vocal effect box or something and connect it to the line in, and that's it. Anyway, let's go on. So at Roland, the best buy is the FP30X. This is my opinion. Next one, let's go to Yamaha. Yamaha, I would not touch any of the portable pianos, any of them, even the most professional ones like the CP88 or the YC88, not the Montage and not the Modix 8. All of them are problematic, and also the P125 or the P45. All of them does not include piano engine. What it means, that they are giving you a sample of a piano. You can play a piano that was recorded like here, but the little nuances, the little modeling above the samples that make the sound more alive, like string resonance and all these features, you don't have at any of Yamaha keyboards except one. And this is obviously my recommendation as a piano, as a portable or stage piano or studio piano from Yamaha. It's the P515, because the P515 have the engine of the Clavinova of the CLP series, and this high range of their digital home pianos, and this one have all the engines of the pianos like the other companies. So at Yamaha, the only portable piano with piano engine, moduling engine inside, and to my opinion, the best samples and the best, adjustment of the sample to the key touch and everything is the P515. And of course, of all of their Clavinova series, home digital pianos, But we are talking here about portable. So if you are on the next level of playing, like instead of the FP90X on Roland, I will go with the Yamaha P515. They are the same weight. But, of course, I didn't touch the Kawai. So, let's go now to... And the Yamaha also, there is advantage, by the way, because Yamaha, you have a great two grand pianos, the CFX and the Bosendorfer, full sampled. and great sampled of pianos. The Yamaha has a little problem of the action. The action of Yamaha is heavy. So it's a little problematic, but if you can, I used to have a CLP and I didn't feel it, but this was my first digital piano. Before of this, I was playing mainly keyboards, semi-weighted action. I didn't play heavy action until my Yamaha, so it was my first attempt, so I didn't knew to compare it to something else. But anyway, I got used to it and I enjoy it. This is the main thing. So I guess this is the action on the P515 is even better than my CLP 535. Okay, so I think this is a good deal. This is the best piano of Yamaha to buy. A price versus utilities and what you are getting, because you are getting the best of Yamaha at the this is the entry level price, let's say. Um, Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. So we touched Roland, now we touched Yamaha, and the next one is Kawai. So Kawai, to my opinion, is the only company except Yamaha on the P515 that giving you the level of Yamaha P515, the Clavinova level, the level of these pianos, to this is a level of, let's say, the best VSTs. So where have I been? So at Kawai, to me, at the budget, because of the lightness of it and the sounds are good. But if you're just a pianist, you don't need the bullshit, all the sounds. I would go with FP30X to gigging. But let's go to the best piano for gigging. The best piano for gigging, to my opinion, and the best piano overall for everything is the Kawai ES920. And why is that? Because this is the only piano that giving you the pianos at the level of the Yamaha P515 in a gigging format, like 17.5 kilos, So Kawai went to this new way of thinking, making their instruments lighter, and I'm very supportive on this new one, even though I have here the ES8 and I like it and it's very robust and heavy. It weighs 22.5 kilos, so it's 5 kilo more than the ES920. So they managed to give you the same quality of these samples and this key action at 5 kilo less, 22.5 kilo versus 17.5. And 17 kilos is not very heavy, because the Kawai, let's say ES520, is 3 kilo less. It's 14.5. So it's 3 kilo, you feel it in your back, but 17.5, it's the border, let's say. It's beginning to be heavy, but it's still on the light side, 17.5, and you get the best sound engine and the best key action. Okay, so this is the me. I think this is the best piano to buy because it's light enough to gig, and it's quality enough to be as a home piano, and is uh, good enough to be as a studio piano. Of course, you can add a sort of a pad with pitch bend and mod wheel and things like that, external pad, but as a gigging piano, and the ES920, and also the ES8 and the MP7. And by the way, the MP7 is the best stage piano, to my opinion. But for gigging, the RD88, because of the weight, maybe will be better. But there is no comparison at all between the sounds, the piano sounds anyway, on the Kawai MP7 SE and the RD88. So if you are young and strong, take the Kawai. The Kawai is the best price-wise, and really the best samples and the best key action in the market today on a stage piano you can buy. And the MP11 is better, but it's very heavy, so it's not usable to gigging just for studio. And less instruments, you don't have the organ engine that you've got on the MP7 SE. And to my opinion, the MP7 SE overall is a better deal. But if you are a pure pianist and just piano is the thing you are interested in, I will go, and you just want it to studio and recording, not gigging, then the MP11 SE is the best studio piano you can get today. For gigging, of course, I will go with the MP7 SE and not the RT2000 or the CP or all of this. No, the CP are light, but they are not light as the RD88. And the RD88 at least have a piano engine, even though you cannot get to it, but it's got string resonance and things like that. And the CP88 does not have. So I don't know what to tell you about this. I don't know why Yamaha did it. Put on their best stage pianos, didn't put a piano engine. This is a very weird thing, because they've got their very nice pianos samples, and they've got their even a Feld piano sample. So this is my opinion, and of course Korg. Korg have a great action on the D1. The sample is nice, but they don't have a piano engine also, so they don't have string resonance. This is what I mean, a piano engine, but nice piano. Basically, I like Korg. The SV2 are good, but again, in the price of the SV2, you can get the Kawai, and the Kawai is better. And instead of the SV2, you can get the Kawai S920. Better speakers, I guess, and lighter, and just the Korg looks better and then the Kawai. But I guess the Kawai will stop to be a boxy piano. They are imitating Yamaha, so this is why they are boxy, like. But they will change, now Casio put, and Casio, I forgot about Casio. Casio, they are great instruments, but basically only the pianos there are top-notch. All the other sounds are average, not top-notch. So, and the main piano sound of most of the Casios is the Hamburg D, and I don't like the sound. So usually I'm cutting the high of the Casio, And then I like the sound, but after playing with the Kawai, I remembered what is good sound sounds like. And also the Korg, when I used to have the Korg, I was not playing the Casio. But the Casio, in terms of action, are number 2 after Kawai. So they are better, to my opinion, than Korg and all the rest. And their piano sound, after playing the FP30X versus the piano sound on the Casio, I prefer the piano sound of the Roland, of the FP30X over the piano sound of the Casio PXS3000, because the Casio, it sounds more brighter, a little bit more, on the high ends, and the Roland is more darker and rounder, more like a Bechstein, sort of, not a Bechstein, but it sounds more rounder and warmer, like I love the sound of piano. So basically I would go with the FP30X from 3 reasons, over the Casio equivalent, never mind which one. 3 reasons. The first reason is the bigger speakers, the better piano samples, and the more rigid action. But on the action, the Casio is better than Roland, like on the feeling of the action, the weight of the action. But the feeling, Roland feels more like quality. But Casio is better action, to my opinion, overall. So if I could have the Roland with the action of Casio, I would go with this. But the Roland action feels good, just a little bit more slower, and but better action. And of course, Roland have audio interface, and this is a game changer. And Casio didn't put the audio interface, so you stuck with their pianos inside, unless you are putting in the audio other pianos. And there is an option, but I like it when you just bring your computer, laptop, put it on the note on the note stand, okay, and a cable between your computer, and you have on your speakers the piano from your computer. So this is amazing, and only on this weight and everything you are getting, the FP30X is the best option. The 60X, I don't like the speakers anyway, so it does not give you more bullshit sounds, but the basic sounds, the basic good sounds on the FP30X and the 60X are the same, so, and the same action, so. And the 60X are cost like the RD88, so between them I will go with the 60s because of the beefier speakers. And yes, I'm losing some of the features, but I went with the Roland Cloud, and most of the sounds of Roland are nice, but they are old, oldish. Roland are recycling. This is the problem. Also, Yamaha, most of their sound Yamaha are more modern with their sounds. I remember the Modix, almost all of the sounds was modern and, more sophisticated than Roland. But each company with its own attitude, let's say. And Kawai, the pianos are great. All the sounds are great, you can hear. The E-pianos here are top notch, The Kawai are very, very professional company. The best there is. The problem with Kawai, there isn't an audio interface in any of their instruments. So you stuck with the pianos, but they've got the marvelous pianos. This is the best pianos built in on any stage piano, except maybe Nord, but the level of the connection, of the key action with the samples on Kawai, even the Nord does not have it. It's just So Kawai does not give you except their 3-4 pianos, internal other pianos. They don't give you felt piano samples and things like that. So they are old-minded attitude still. They didn't bring a new, cinematic pianos. But any of them didn't do it really good, let's say. At the level of VST. Any of them. So, but the basic pianos here are very good. So and the pianos here are pretty mellow. So you are getting all of the worlds together. So me personally, I like Kawai. So Kawai is the highest level of piano, and the ES920 have the best sample engine of Kawai. It's called the Harmonic Excel, something like that. So you are getting the best piano, lightweight, everything, except the sound interface. But this is the only minus I'm seeing to this keyboard. It's a great keyboard. Great. It's to have the ES8, in fact, 5 kilo less and better and stronger, not say better, stronger speakers. Yes, the build quality is less than this one. This is a monster of a keyboard, and I like it white better than the black one. I think it looks better than the black. Anyway, I think that white digital pianos look better than black digital piano usually, except the Kawai MP7 SE that does not have a white version, so I don't know. But this white version is better looking than the black, and I saw the black. They are just, this is another level of paint, another level of finishing. Everything here is just, the top of the top. This is not, I'm sorry to say, this is not Casio. And this is not even Yamaha, maybe. No, the Yamaha doesn't get to the level of this. No company is get to the level of this perfect piano, because from a build standpoint, the rigid, the look, even the everything, the wood panels on the side, this is just, this is just a piece of an art of a machine. And the sound is accordingly, This is a piano. So anyway, if you're having 2 keyboards, so my friend asked me, why don't you buy the ES? So I thought, because this is too heavy for me for gigging, to the other studio I will buy the ES520. Because yes, at the price point, it's almost like the 120. And it's got everything almost that this one have, except the SK5. But the samples, yes, it doesn't have the engine here. It have the less engine, not the extra long samples. But I remember the ES110 and the sounds was good. It's the same engines that the ES110, the same length of samples. And I didn't listen to any looping or something. So, and I loved very much the ES110. But my friend tried the ES120 and the ES520 and the ES920. And he told me that the sound of the piano of the ES110 is better than all the 3 pianos of the ES120, because the ES120 and the 520 have 3 of the 4 pianos I'm showing you here. They have the SK Concert Grand, they have the EX Concert Grand, and they have the upright. They just don't have the SK5, so only the piano engine, the Excel, have the SK5, like the ES8, the ES920, the MP7 SE, the MP11, I guess, yes. and the CA49, 59, the CA48 and 58, 79, 99, all of these have the SK5 also. But the lower level, like the KDP 120 and all of this, does not have the SK5. They have the SK, the EX, and the upright. And the ES110 only had the EX concert gun, only this one. But it was sound amazing on the ES110. But here it sounds it sounds even better. But anyway, he told me, my friend, Caesar his name, that this is a problematic way. This is a problematic. He says that the one piano of the ES110 sounds better than the three pianos on the ES120 or the 520. So I don't know what to tell you because I didn't try yet the ES520 and the ES120. But as I know Kawai, they are giving a perfect piano sounds. But I have to say that I hear the sound of the YouTubers that put the ES120 on YouTube till today, and the sound was too bright. But I remember it also on the ES110, and I tweaked the sound to be more mellow, but the sound on the ES120 sounds different than the ES110. Even the EX, it sounds more bright. So I think you better check it out. So anyway, I will go with the 920 or the 520 as a gigging machine. But if you have only one option and you want all-in-one machine, then the ES920 is the best buy because it's lightweight, it's top quality pianos, all the piano engine you want, and this is the best action, the best key action. It's better than the P515 of Yamaha. But anyway, so Roland FP30X, Yamaha P515, Kawai if you can the ES920, if not the ES520 is okay, even the ES120, but check it out before. I didn't play those ones. The 920 I guess is the same engine and the same action as the ES8 that in front of me, so it's the same thing, And the MP7 SE I used to have is the best stage piano overall, but it's a little bit heavy compared to the RT88. So, and the RT88 is giving you something that the MP7 is not. It's giving you audio interface. So if you're going with the RT88 and the laptop, you have the sound from your laptop through the RT88 output. So this is an advantage. Also, all of the Roland's keyboards are giving you this. So the RD88, the FP30X, the FP60X, all of them are giving you this, the audio interface. And also Yamaha P515 is giving you this. But Yamaha P515 is very heavy. So in this aspect, Yamaha and Roland is better than Kawai. Yes, but Yamaha have a heavier action. So this is the conclusion. The SV2 is magnificent. The SV2 with speakers is magnificent, but he's heavy. So is he better than the other companies? I prefer the Japanese more. Even though Korg is also Japanese, so I prefer Yamaha. And so to me, the top of the line is Kawai S920. Second one, I will go with Korg SV2 with speakers, of course, if you can. And the third place, the Yamaha P515. The fourth place will be the Roland FP30X. But in fact, in the entry level, it's the first place because of its audio interface and beefier speakers and overall good 50 sounds, very good quality, the best of Roland. So, to my opinion, this is a good deal. this is a holiday for us. Have a nice holiday. חג סוכות שמח, חג שמחת תורה שמח. Happy Simchat Torah. And I hope this is helping to you. So if you are a Roland fan, go to FP30X. If you're a Yamaha fan, go to P515. If you are Kawai fan, buy anything you want. They are all good. If you are a Korg fan, everything is good also. Okay, but the SV2 have the engines, the piano engines and everything like this. If you can get the Grand Stage, is a great piano also. And that's it. That's it for now. The D1 is also nice, but doesn't have a piano engine, just like the P125 and all the other of Yamaha keyboards. So this is a consideration. And doesn't have any speakers, so it does have too many disadvantages to put it on the level of the FP30X. So I will go with the FP30X, but all